Hello and welcome to Series 2 of Shocking Sequels. I'm Mark and he's Fraser. We've started with a bang, haven't we?
Yeah.
And by bang what I mean is a big, awful nads. Gonads. I should have thought that better. But it was fucking awful!
It
Titanic 2!
wasn't great. It was terrible.
Recommended by Andy Parsonage from my work, so I clearly owe him a very hostile email.
A strongly worded
email. Right. We should have known really when the DVD menu came up and it looked like it had been done on fucking paint.
Terrible. It was terrible. Oh. Just the title alone, Titanic 2, the fact that this happened again.
It was a poor choice.
Any like, I don't know, any connotations the 2 has, just is bad. It's just bad. Whether it's a second version of the boat, bad. Whether it's a follow up to the film, bad.
It's just bad. Not the film that you would expect there to be a sequel to.
It had a pretty
We kind of had to watch it, but
pretty concrete end. Jack's dead.
Yeah. Jack's dead.
Rose Hart will go on.
Based on fact, whereas Titanic 2 is not based on fact.
Unless it's predicting the future.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Because when we were looking for information on Titanic 2, we actually found out that there's this crazy Australian called Clive Palmer who is actually making a Titanic 2 and doing what they do in this shit film of replicating the Titanic and building a new Titanic called Titanic 2. If it wasn't for the fact that it was actually happening, well done, Clive Palmer.
Yeah. I
would have said that this was a ridiculous concept for a film, but it's clearly not that fucking ridiculous.
No, it's like the Sci-Fi Channel guys, isn't it? They're kind of...
Well, that's it. It's done by The Asylum, and they're famous for stuff like Sharknado, Mega Shark vs. Giant Octopus and stuff like that. And I love those films.
Well, that's the thing as well, one of the things... It wasn't one of them, because they embrace it. They are so silly. Even, because we watched it on DVD, the old-fashioned way. Well, not so old-fashioned, if it was VHS.
I don't even have a VHS player anymore, do you?
Wow. But, the previews before it, they were all okay, this looks funny. It's one of them. It's one of them. And then, one serious film about...
was Mega Piranha, Mega Shark vs. Giant Octopus, and then Attack on Leningrad, all very earnest and full of evil Nazis and things. We were like, hey?
Okay, that's there. But yeah, they embraced the stupid side, whereas this just didn't. It wasn't so bad it was fun. No. It was just this is just bad. This is
no. Mega Shark vs. Giant Octopus, Sharknado 1, 2, 3 and 4, they're all completely self-aware, they're poking fun, they're having a fun old time with their ridiculous plot and they play it for the lols, but this was the same level of production, but they were so fucking earnest.
You could accept I guess you could kind of accept it if they were silly about it, if they made reference to it, but they didn't. It was just sort of it's gonna be fine. Of course it's gonna be fine.
Right, right. None of the CGI looked anything like
green screen.
I mean,
green screen.
Again,
green screen greatness.
Again, in stuff like Mega Shark, it's funny that a giant shark noms the Golden Gate Bridge.
They sort of draw attention to it, where this was just
doesn't work.
No.
Just didn't work. Right, and Iceberg hit the ship within 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
Oh yeah. This film was only an hour and a half long. It wasn't. There was no real setup to it. There was I remember growing up. I was telling you my favourite part of the first Titanic. Well, I wouldn't say the first Titanic because we found out there's loads of different ones. I didn't even know
the Leonardo DiCaprio Titanic.
Yeah, or the James Cameron one. If you want to be that kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, your films too, aren't you?
Yeah. What was I going to say? Yeah. So that one, Yeah, what I liked about that was, as a kid, was the ship actually like slowly getting destroyed. It's like, oh my god, that's really cool. And now kind of growing up, knowing that was based on a true story, I was like, that kid was kind of messed up. But this is what you enjoy. It's the things you take out in it, really. And it just wasn't that. It just sort of happened. It just sort of went shh, and it didn't look great. You were just like, alright. And then we were inside the ship for most of the time, which it wasn't really that much of an exciting like setting. It was just like very cheaply done. It wasn't glamorous like the first one was and stuff.
I know I've said it already, but I can't emphasise enough that the cheap is fun in something like Sharknado,
exactly.
but it just doesn't work for a film that was so serious and earnest and supposed to be a parallel of the original Titanic. Just bobbins.
Well, to use the math side here, I'd say there was a parallel, but up here is where Titanic 1 is, and then down here, this is like also the level of quality. It did parallel it. My arm's even that right. Try and get them straight. It did parallel it, but it was just shitter.
yeah. And it was directed and starred Shane Van Dyke. I got very excited about this because after I looked him up on Wikipedia, he is Dick Van Dyke's grandson, and he put himself in his own film as a ladies' man who's always got two chicks either side.
Oh, aye.
He's got the winning smile, and I'm like, I bet he's still a fucking virgin. In real life, I bet he's a virgin because just the character he portrayed was the most bobbins, ridiculous stereotype of ridiculous manhood that doesn't exist.
Well, the worst part is like usually when you get that character, you get he's the
the bad guy.
Yeah, he's the antagonist, the bad guy. But then you get the other side of it, who's like, oh, I'm good, you know. Screw this. It's mainly in romantic comedies, isn't it? Let's be honest. So it's like, this is why she shouldn't be with him, and she should be with the main character. And it's like la la. But he turns into.
He was the protagonist.
He tries to be like at the end. He's like, oh no, I will sacrifice myself for you and all this, and it's just like, hang on.
It was all my fault. It's my ship. Fuck off.
I was like, kind of is your fault, you know.
Yeah, it was.
Making a Titanic 2. What were you thinking there, mate?
It was a little bit of a portent, wasn't it?
There was to be fair, there was a bit of story. They were saying, oh, they rushed the ship for its anniversary. That's why it's not 100% safe.
And that's why the lifeboats didn't work again, and why they look. But they can't. They never explained why they look like Thunderbird 4. The lifeboats look like Thunderbird 4, but less believable than the actual Thunderbird 4, which was a fucking puppet. Oh,
it's a puppet.
It was awful. And I never thought I would see a more unconvincing no than Darth Vader. But they manage it in this film. They actually manage it in this film. The main girl, I can't remember her name, Amy, I think the character's name was. Oh, it was.
And we had someone from Baywatch fame, didn't we?
We did, she died. Sorry, spoilers. What was her name from Baywatch? Oh, I haven't written it down because I don't care enough.
No.
Some bird, Brooke something or other from Baywatch. And fun fact, we were watching the ending. Wes Van Dyke was in it, and that's Shane Van Dyke's brother.
No, Dick Van Dyke.
Where the fuck was Dick? I'd have been well happy if there was
It would have been great because he could have been like, I was a passenger on the first one.
It would have been great. Yeah, he's 90, Dick Van Dyke. It would have been great if there was a Dick Van Dyke cameo, but no. That might have helped it. 2 redeeming features. Reasonably, passably okay music.
No, My Heart Will Go On.
No epic. No air grabber of a song.
We were saying it'd be great if they got like a cover or a ripped off version.
Wouldn't have been great. It would have been abominable. And the other good thing was they didn't cop out at the end. Someone who had died and been underwater with his lungs and pretty much his everything filling with water.
Pretty much dead.
For a good 3, 4, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
He had died underwater. Did not get resuscitated. Credit where credit's due. That was That was okay. I'll give
Yeah.
him that. I'll give him that. But if you're really, really searching for those
Good
two
quote,
really
yeah.
quite slim pickings
very
of
good.
choices, Titanic 2,
That's when you know it's a bad film.
Bobbins,
Yeah. Not
not
good.
even fun.
So this is the part usually when we do Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
But, sadly, no critics have touched this. There is no rating for it whatsoever. There is an audience one. If you
Audience one, 12%. Shite.
15%, so it's
15, right.
quite good. That quite good. Yeah, but no, mad. I was. It was amazing to find out there was a Titanic out the year before James Cameron's Titanic, and
Didn't do as well.
no, did not. And then there was one a couple
Teleseries.
years before it. Teleseries is mental, but
And they were all okay.
yeah,
This was
no.
Do you want to know what we're watching next?
Go on then.
We're watching Shock Treatment. And that is the follow-up to the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
And that was my shock face. Get the shock emoji going.
Yeah. So we'll see you next time.